Happy New Year! This is my first video of 2023. I'm wishing you lots of happiness and success and all the good stuff in life that you wish for this year. I hope it all comes to you in great abundance. I always like to start the year planning out my style for the year. When I do that, I'm far more intentional with what I buy, therefore I buy better, and you know it, I buy less. So I talked about some style lessons that I learned in 2022. You can check that video out, I'll link it up here. And I'm definitely going to be applying those style lessons when I go forward with my style this year. What I have noticed is that the more I do this as an exercise each year, the less I feel that I need to buy things, because each year I'm buying better and better, and therefore the things are lasting me longer. I'm really wearing them, I'm loving them, and I don't feel the need to go out and keep shopping. So that's the good thing. But what I have done is created a Pinterest board, as I always do. I use Pinterest for everything, and I encourage you to do the same. I've created a board that I want to sum it up in like 4 words. And this is a great exercise for you to do as well. If you can think about, you know, the time when you felt your absolute best in an outfit, think about what it was about that outfit that made you feel so at home in your clothes, so good in your clothes, that the clothes were an extension of your personality. If you can tie that down to 2, 3, 4 words and apply those words going forward when you're shopping, you'll be much more strategic in your approach. You'll be buying definitely more thoughtfully without that impulse shopping that will lead you astray and end up not really fitting into your wardrobe. We don't want that. So the words that I have that I, kind of sum up when I feel my best in my clothes, when I feel sophisticated in an outfit, I feel great. You know, and by the way, each of these words are subjective. They mean different things to different people. I know what they mean to me. You've got to figure out what your words mean to you and how they translate into clothes. So my first word is sophisticated. To me, that kind of says, you know, good tailoring, timeless, expensive. Now the items don't have to be expensive, they just look expensive. So, I like to look expensive. That's okay, I think. The other word is strong. When I walk into a room or I go to a meeting or I'm in a room where I need to feel like I'm making a presence, like I'm somebody to be listened to, like I have something worthwhile to say, I like to have a strong outfit. And for me, that translates through structure mostly. So when I get the structure right in my clothes, whether it's through the shoulders or an A-line skirt or cinched in at the waist, that for me gives me a strong feeling. The other word is sexy. Now, as I said before, each word, is subjective. That means something different to everybody. But I suppose when I tick those boxes of feeling strong and sophisticated, that's when I feel sexy. So that's kind of like a byproduct of achieving the other words. And then finally, fun. I need a little bit of injection of fun, and generally that comes through in the colours that I wear. So you'll often see me in bolder colours, working from my colour palette through winter. I like to include a pop of colour or lots of colour. And so having that element of fun injected into my style feels like I'm well represented when I have those words all lined up. So this is going to be my mantra for 2023. Getting sophisticated, strong, sexy, and fun into my style. If I go shopping and I see clothes that are just catching my eye and they don't tick those boxes, I'm leaving it back. It's not coming into my wardrobe. It's got to fit in with my theme. My clothes have to be an extension of who I am, and that is how I'm going to do it. I encourage you to do your same. What's your words? Do you have 2, 3 words that you live by when it comes to your style? What are they? Pop them in the comments below. So let's take a look at my Pinterest board for my style plan for 2023. And I'll just give you a sneak peek of what I've been gathering in terms of, what I plan to be wearing. So you can see here, there's not, first of all, an awful lot on the page. And that goes with what I was saying before about, year after year, I find that I need less. So you can see here from these pictures that I feel these pictures are summing up the words of sophisticated, strong, sexy. What I feel they're missing is that injection of fun, I would say. And that's where I would inject my color. Now, I have created another board of color combinations that I like. Also, I've created a board with neons, how to work neons into a wardrobe. I love this idea of neons and neutrals. I think wearing neon, of course, fun, pop of color, and then neutrals just grounds it and it makes it really wearable. And I love that idea. So, you know, that's how I would bring the element of fun into the style here. In terms of specific items, there's definitely a few things on my radar that I've noticed, okay, there's gaps in my wardrobe. These are the areas that I'd like to focus on going forward. So instead of shopping, you know, just looking around, something catches my eye. No, I'm being really focused about where I'm spending my money here. So the first thing that I've noticed is that the lower half in terms of trousers is really kind of becoming a little bit sparse in my wardrobe. And I think I could really do well, but from choosing really good pieces for my bottom half. What I have in mind is a simple black pair of trousers, maybe like a wool pair of trousers or cotton or something like that. Really well tailored in at the waist, maybe a carrot style trouser or a straight cut trouser that comes down to just above the ankles so that I could wear it with a pair of heels or I could wear it with flat trainers as well. And, you know, black is my dark neutral color in my color palette. Therefore, it's going to fit really well into my wardrobe and I can make it really versatile and work in many different ways. So that's one thing I would love to add into my wardrobe when I find the right pair. The other thing that I noticed that I am missing, and you know, I feel like I look for these items in my wardrobe and they're not there. That's just a really good pair of blue denims. I know it sounds outrageous that I don't have a pair of like blue jeans, but the ones I have been working off are becoming a little bit threadbare because I've worn them so much, that's the idea, and they've lost their shape a little bit. So I'm looking for something with maybe 100% cotton or 99% with 1% elastane, a little bit of stretch. But what I'm really looking for is to move away from very tight jeans. I want to go for something that gives my legs a little bit more room to breathe. So maybe a straight cut again, maybe a little flare in the leg or a wide leg, but definitely high waist. I'm not buying into that trend of the low rise. I did that in like the 90s and the noughties. I'm done with that. I'm over it. Please, I'll have the high-waisted trousers. So that's it when it comes to my bottom half. In terms of other things that I feel like I'm missing in my wardrobe is a really good kind of crossbody everyday bag in a neutral color. And what I've had my eye on, which would be a real treat, is the Chanel boy bag. I feel like the classic Chanel, the classic flap, is a little bit too classic for me, whereas the boy bag feels edgier. And certainly with the silver hardware I'd be looking at, that is something that I could really get a lot of wear out of. I'm not going to buy this and put it in a box and keep it as an antique for years later. No, if I buy this, I will certainly get the wear out of it. So I'm very open to the idea of a pre-loved bag as well. So I'm constantly, you know, looking out in the local consignment stores here in Ireland or indeed online like Vestiaire Collective for something like this Chanel boy bag in black with silver hardware. That's on my wish list. So that's kind of it for my style plan for 2023. It's not overly complicated because I have really good things in my wardrobe that I love to mix and match and get lots of wear out of. But there's lots of value in keeping an eye on when you're reaching for something and you feel like, oh, I don't have that right pair of trousers or I don't have this. That's when you start to create a wish list and not head straight to the shops. Because, you know, you want to kind of make sure that you're buying really well before you hit the shops. So start with that Pinterest board, create a wish list, work it out that, you know, what you really want and don't settle for anything less. Don't compromise on your style. and then you'll have those items for years to come. How about you? What's your plan for your style in 2023? Has it changed from last year? Are you moving in a different direction? What do you want to add new into your wardrobe this year? Let me hear about it down below. That's it for today's video. I'm wishing you a very happy and prosperous 2023. I hope to see you again next week. Take care.